Hey, what's going on guys, this is 5 Large Fries, and today we're going to be going over some quick tips to help you get sailing in Sea of Thieves. Now note that this is the closed beta, so if you're watching this when the game is out, then the tips here may be drastically out of date. Now before we start, a bit of a shameless plug here. If you are new to this channel, consider hitting that subscribe button. Anyway, let's get into the tour of the ship. Now, starting from the front, we have these lanterns, and they can be found all over the ship. While they don't have any major impact on gameplay, they can make you more easily spotted to other players. So if you're looking to be a bit more sneaky, you may want to consider turning these off. Next, we have one of the many sails on the ship, and going along parallel on each side are these spots where you can increase the sail's length and set the sail's angles. Now, right here, this will set the sail's length, and the more sails that you have down, the more wind that you will catch, and then your ship will go a lot faster. You can set the length of the sails to as high or as low as you would like, and if you're coming to shore, you may want to consider setting the sails to about the halfway point to slow down, eventually bringing them all the way up to come to a standstill. The next point of interest is this thing right here, and this will set the sail's angle. And if you look above the ship, you will see the direction the wind is blowing, indicated by these white wind lines. If you set the sails to catch these lines, like you can see here, you will see that you'll gain a lot more speed as you'll have the wind on your side. There are some points where you may not have the wind on your side, and my best tip here would to have the front and back sails facing one way and the middle sail facing another. Next up here we have the anchor, and if you can drop this at any time, but note that it takes some effort bringing it back up quickly. So as you can imagine, you probably want to use this to anchor up when you're going ashore. However, you can use this strategically in a ship battle. Effectively, you can do a bit of a handbrake turn, so to speak. So if you have everyone ready, you can turn your ship very hard, very sharply, raise the anchor, and get a drop on the enemy. Maybe get a few cannon shots off too. Speaking of cannons, we have them all lined up across the sides of the ship. It's pretty simple mechanics, aim, shoot. There are a few tips, however, that I want to tell you so you can really maximize their potential. When you're aiming at a ship, make sure that you shoot for the lowest point that you can see on the ship, as this will make them take on water, and they will then have to go down below and plug the leaks and then bail the water out that way. So if you're aiming for anything higher, it's pretty much a waste of time unless you know you can hit another player with a cannonball. Other than that, it is best to aim the cannons at the lower part. Of course, you can fire yourself out of a cannon as well, which I gotta be honest, this never gets old. You can use this to either fire yourself onto another ship, or you can use it to quickly get ashore, and there are cannons on shore as well. If you're lucky enough to find them, you can then fire yourself back to the ship, or as close to the ship as you can, which is always handy. And then we have the crow's nest. It's mainly to go up and keep a watch out for any other pirates that you can see, and of course land and things like that. There is a bell up here too, which you can ring, and this will alert everyone to, if you tell your crew, oh hey, I'm going to ring this bell if I see a pirate, for example. You can work it out, you can do whatever you want with it, but it's mainly just a bell. You sound it and everyone can hear it. And of course, going further back into the ship, you'll see there's more controls for the other sails, again running parallel down the sides. And now we get to the back of the ship, and that's where the wheel is. And it's a pretty simple mechanic really, you just turn it to steer the boat. However, I do want to point out something that you may not know, is that on the wheel there are these 2 gold rings, and these indicate the middle of the wheel. So these are also going to help you set sail and set yourself going straight, because there is a bit of an audio cue when you finally get the wheel to straight, and it is this very slight, very quiet clunking sound, so you'll know that you're going straight. And of course there's a compass on the right hand side, so you can see which direction that you're going, whether you're going north, south, east, etc, etc. Now lastly, underneath the ship we have a map, so you can plot where you want to go. You can zoom in and out. Barrels down here to store your cannonballs, wooden planks which you use to repair the ship, and bananas which you use to heal yourself. Now down here you'll also find holes in your ship should you take any damage. Plug these holes up with the wooden planks, and then use the bucket in your inventory to bail the water off of the side of the ship. Now my last tip for you all will be when you do go ashore, make sure you do store all your cannonballs and wooden planks, because when you do go on shore you'll find these barrels, these crates that are stocked with cannonballs, bananas, wooden planks, and of course you only are able to keep a certain amount in your inventory. So obviously if you're going out onshore with a full inventory of stuff, you can't really bring anything like that back. So it's always nice to be able to stock up your ship. It's always helpful if you get into a battle and you say run out of cannonballs, for example. You may not have done if you had taken some more from certain islands. So it's a nice little tip there as well. But that is all the tips I have for you today. If this video was helpful, hit that like button, subscribe if you are new, as that will help me out with the new changes to the YouTube's partnership program. But until next time, I'll see you in the next video.